Good morning, Grade 9. Grade 9 Samaria, Sinai, and Shiloh. It is expected that you're done watching and listening, baking ingredients and their substitute. Ito yung ating lesson 1 at ito naman ang lesson 2. Today's lesson is entitled Baking Tools, Equipment, and Their Uses. There are 3 expected competencies. 1. Identify the different baking tools. 2. Classify tools according to their uses. And demonstrate how to prepare baking pans. Baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, typically in an oven, but can also be done in hot ashes or on hot stones. Baking is a method of cooking food that requires special tools and equipment in order to bring out the best results. With the proper equipment on hand, you will have better results and be encouraged to bake more often. Without the proper baking tools and equipment, baking bread and pastries can be frustrating and tiring. So, the first baking tool that we are about to discuss are baking pans. Baking pans are flat, rectangular, metal pans used in an oven, often used for baking bread, rolls, pastries, and flat products such as cookies, sheet cakes, and Swiss rolls. So it comes in different sizes. Merong square, merong round, at iba't ibang shapes. There are more than 10 baking pans enumerated in our textbook. The first one is what we call Bundt pan. It is a ring-shaped pan with a fluted side originally created to prepare German Kugelhupf cakes. A custard cup is a heat-resistant porcelain or glass cup where individual custard is baked. A jelly roll pan is used for baking cookies, coffee cakes, and the cake portion of jelly rolls. This is similar to baking or cooking sheet, but it has sides that are usually 1 inch deep with a variety of uses. So let us remember that cookie sheets or baking sheets are rimless. They are flat metal sheets designed for placing rows of cookies, while a jelly roll pan has sides that are usually 1 inch deep. Now, what is a loaf pan? It is a deep-walled, rectangular-shaped baking pan used for most quick bread recipes like banana and zucchini breads. A muffin pan is a rectangular metal baking pan with 6 or 12 cup slots used to bake muffins and cupcakes. Muffin pan sizes are typically mini, standard, and jumbo-sized. How about a pie pan? It is a round, shallow, slope-sided dish with a flat or fluted rim to hold the edge of a pie crust. A spring-form pan is a baking pan with removable bottom and side that release with a flip of a spring mechanism. It is used to bake a cake that would otherwise be damaged by turning it upside down to remove it from the pan. A tart pan is used when baking tarts. It has straight sides that turn out neat cooking pastries than slope-sided pie pans. Now, a tube pan. It is a baking pan with a removable bottom attached to the center tube. A cookie sheet is also called as a baking sheet. So let us remember that the importance of a good baking pan cannot be overlooked. It's incredible how baked goods are influenced by the size of the pan you utilize or you use. So deciding on the appropriate ones for the task will make sure you get the most desirable results. Now, let us have donut cutter. A donut or biscuit cutter is used to cut and shape biscuits or donuts. A biscuits and cookie cutter are used to cut and shape cookies and biscuits. How about a cooling rack? What is this for? It is a device used to help cool down baked goods or store baked goods until they are served or frosted. Mixing bowls comes in a variety of sizes. It is made from different materials and it is used to mix, whip, prepare ingredients, raise breads, or just to store food. A rolling pin is a long cylindrical device that comes in various sizes and lengths made from various materials, and it is used to flatten dough and other objects. A set of measuring cups is a kitchen utensil primarily used to measure the volume of liquid or bulk solid cooking ingredients such as flour and sugar. There are types of measuring cups. We have the graduated cups and a measuring glass. A set of measuring spoons, on the other hand, are used to measure small amounts of ingredients and very small amounts of liquid like spices, leaveners, and extracts by pouring the liquids to the rim of the specific spoon measurement indicated in the recipe. Dry ingredients like salt or baking soda are leveled using a straight edge or spatula. A pastry cutter is used to cut all types of pastries and cookie dough. A pastry blender is used to cut butter or other fat into the dry ingredients. It has stainless steel wires shaped into a half moon with a stainless wooden handle for gripping. But just in case na ang pastry blender ay hindi available sa iyong baking tools and equipment, pwede tayong mag-substitute ng dalawang kitchen knives. So, hahawakan niya ng iyong dalawang kamay, left and right, na may tig-isang kitchen knives at ito na yung gagawa ng function ng pastry blender. Ang rubber spatula ang isa sa pinaka-useful, pinakamaraming uses sa baking. Kasama dito ang scraping baters down from the sides and bottom of a mixing bowl, spreading fillings, stirring stovetop custard and chocolate while heating, folding lighter ingredients into heavy baters, scrambling eggs, and many more. A stainless spatula is a kitchen tool with an upward bent handle and a wide, thin blade used to lift and turn foods on a hot surface. A flour sifter is used to sift and eliminate or separate clumps from any dry ingredient, including flour, cocoa powder, and confectioner's sugar. The most common sifter is a canister type with either a single mesh screen or a triple mesh screen and a rotating blade that is controlled by a rotary or squeeze handle. How about a whisk? What is this for? It is a cooking tool made of curved wire used to whisk or stir wet or dry ingredients together. Stir ingredients as they heat in a saucepan and to fold ingredients together. A pastry brush is used to brush liquid-type ingredients onto pastries or breads. Weighing scales are used by professional bakers to weigh ingredients instead of measuring cups to measure by volume. Weighing ingredients in the bake shop ensures accurate results. How about oven thermometers? They are used to determine when foods are fully cooked and when cooking with yeast dough, chocolate, sugar, and other ingredients. A kitchen timer is also an essential tool. It is used for cooking or baking. A bread knife is a knife with a long, serrated blade that cuts easily through bread crust or pastry items. A cake knife is a serving utensil used in cutting and serving pies and cakes. Some cake and pie servers have serrated edges. Another use can be to serve pizza. Pastry bags are versatile tools used to pipe whipped creams, fill donuts, form pastries, and even pipe mashed potatoes. Parchment or baking papers are used to line baking sheets before baking cookies to make sure they will not stick to the pan. Lining cake pans allow cakes to slide right out of the pan easily and to hold into cones for piping icing or chocolates. How about an electric mixer? What is this for? It is an electric handheld mixing tool with two removable metal beaters and variable speeds used for mixing, blending, whipping, and beating. Now, a food processor. It is used for chopping, dicing, mixing pastry dough, mixing cookie dough, and pureeing fruits. A grater is a kitchen tool which has a rough surface that you use for cutting food into very small pieces. Kitchen shears used to slice rolls and delicate cakes. Zesters are stainless steel strips with tiny razor-sharp edge holes. They are used to remove the colored and flavorful part of the fruit without including the bitter white piece underneath. A double boiler is a set of two pans nested together, with enough room in the bottom pan for 1 or 2 inches of water. They are used to cook or heat foods that need gentle heat. Katulad ng nagme-melt tayo ng chocolate. Yan, maganda yung double boiler. The water in the bottom pan is brought to a simmer with the second pan is set on top. Most of the time, cakes require greasing and flouring the baking pan or using it with parchment or waxed paper. To ensure the best results, always prepare your baking pans as instructed in the recipe. So, dalawa yung common practice. Yung isa, you are going to grease your baking pan by using a pastry brush and some butter, oil, or margarine. Another preparation is by lining a baking pan with greased parchment paper. Bakeware pan sizes varies. So if your pan is not exactly the same measurement as given in the recipe, a small difference in size will not affect the recipe or the baking time. So meron tayong round cake pans, square pans, rectangular pans, jelly roll pans also comes in different sizes. Merong for 10 cups and 12 cups. We have loaf pan, Bundt and tube pans, spring foam pans, muffin pans, pie pans, tart and tartlet pans, and other pans. Baking dishes come in a variety of sizes, styles, choice of materials, and uses. Some of these are used as oven baking dishes for meats or casseroles, while others are more suited for baking cakes. So sa pagpili ng bakeware materials, ano yung desirable characteristics? One, dapat multi-use. Yung pwede siya sa microwave, pwede sa oven, at pwede sa freezer. Another, the bakeware material can take temperature fluctuations. Halimbawa, mula sa freezer, dadalin mo siya sa oven. Mula naman sa oven, dadalin mo siya sa tabletop. Another, non-stick finish and versatile sizing and shape. And of course, easy to clean. There are at least 9 bakeware materials to choose from. One is ceramic or stoneware bakeware. 2, glass and Pyrex bakeware. 3. Casserole dishes. 4. Non-stick bakeware. 5. Bundt or form bakeware. Another bakeware materials are the following. We have silicone, microwave, foil, and stainless roaster or baking dish. An oven is a cooking chamber used for baking, heating, or drying foods. This is essential for producing baked products such as bread, cakes, and pastries. There are different kinds of oven. We have deck or stock, rack oven, mechanical oven, and convection oven. A deck or stock oven, the items to be baked are placed on a sheet pans and directly placed on the bottom or deck of oven, enabling several pans stacked on top of one another. Breads are baked directly on the floor of the oven and not in pans. A deck oven for baking bread is equipped with a steam ejector. A rack oven is a large oven where entire racks of sheet pans can be wheeled for baking. A mechanical oven, on the other hand, is where the food is in motion as it bakes in this type of oven. The most common type is the revolving oven. The mechanical action eliminates the problem of hot spots or uneven baking because the mechanism rotates throughout the oven. It can also be equipped with a steam ejector. And now the convection oven. This oven contains fans that circulate air and distribute the heat rapidly throughout the interior. Strong forced air can distort products made with batter and soft dough. So to summarize, the different kinds of ovens are deck or stack oven, rack oven, mechanical oven, and convection oven. Are you learning, guys? Well, I hope you are. So in closing, allow me to read a verse from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 24. Gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. For our written works and performance tasks, see you later inside our virtual classroom. This has been your teacher, Malou Obispo, saying thank you for listening and may God bless us all. Goodbye.